Hey everybody, OCG Experience here, back with what is probably my first actual video. Today I just wanted to share a quick sub return that I got. It's pretty exciting whenever you can get one of these boxes in the mail, especially after a long time. I did already go through the grades. I typically don't wait to get it in the mail because I'm just so impatient. I just read it off the PSA website once it comes in. I did also go through and inspect these cards already, so there's not going to be any shockers for me, but I figured I'd share with you guys what's going on here. So yeah, let's get right into it, I guess. I'm not sure what order these are in, but here's one I was actually pretty excited about, the Fiend Kraken from Booster 4. Scored a 10 on it. These cards are not the rarest cards, the booster sets, but they're definitely scarce in PSA 10 condition. Now, the funny thing about Fiend Kraken, I find, is that it's a somewhat well-known monster character. It's a somewhat iconic monster from the anime of the original Duel Monster series, but this is really the only Konami print it ever got. I know there's a slight variation on the artwork that they printed for the Bandai sets, I believe, back in 1998, but this is the only proper Fiend Kraken that exists. So when I saw that, I figured it would be a cool card to get in PSA 10, so there it is. I also collect the booster sets. It's more of a binder collection, so I'm gonna have to get another copy of this in order to replace it, but I was pretty happy about this one. Next, let's take a look. Volume 1 Dark Magician. Pretty classic, you know. I'm not too disappointed that it didn't get a 10. 9's a pretty solid grade for this card, or any volume set holo for that matter. I'm pretty sure it got it due to the edge silvering that you can see up here. Even though PSA flip-flops pretty frequently on whether they knock off for edge silvering, but I guess it also may depend on the severity of it, because I've definitely gotten PSA 10s in the past with probably a little bit less silvering than this, but if it goes all the way across the edge like that, maybe they're a little bit more harsh about it. So if you know about Volume 1, this is pretty much the chase card of the set. It's the first Konami printing of Dark Magician. Again, when I say first printing, I'm discounting the 98 like DM1 promos and stuff like that. The first proper anime print Dark Magician, so it's a pretty iconic card in my opinion. As far as volume 1 goes, there's really not too much else going for it. I mean, there's a ton of kind of obscure vanilla common monsters. The other ultra in the set is Gaia, the Fierce Knight, not Dragon Champion. But those are the two cards you go for pretty much, and Gaia is still pretty cheap. Dark Magician is still pretty cheap to find in raw condition and near mint. It starts to go up a bit when you get like PSA 9 quality cards, but it's still extremely affordable compared to your English SDYs and LOBs and stuff like that. With that being said, it really goes up in value once you can attain that PSA 10 grade. I've graded, I don't know, probably 8 Volume 1 Dark Magicians, I think, and I've only gotten 110. I've literally, like, I think 5 9s still. Just, I mean, they're all regradable because, like I said, I think there is some play in there with PSA and depending on the grader, how they're going to treat the silvering. But I think most of my 9s aren't even because of silvering, but just centering is what it comes down to most of the time for me. And if you're new to OCG cards, or if you're unfamiliar with Volume 1, you can tell it's missing the Eye of Anubis stamp here, and it has this 2-box layout, the first Series 1 layout for OCG cards. But yeah, this is kind of a must-have if you were a Series 1 collector, though, I'll say that for sure. All right, next one. Let's take a look. Yep, Tokyo Dome. In my opinion, the Tokyo Dome promos, at least the main 3, Magician of Black Chaos, Trihorn Dragon, and Gate Guardian, are kind of must-haves if you're a big Series 1 guy. I'll probably go into a bit more detail about Tokyo Dome promos and prize cards whatever you want to call them. This is more of an attendance card, and so is the Gate Guardian. But I'll explain what all that means probably in a different video. As for this copy, again, I think the case here for getting a 9 is that silvering at the top. That's something I remember when I started packaging the submission. I was like, it's probably going to get docked for that one. Centering's pretty decent, though. I don't know about the back. The back's pretty off also. It probably still wouldn't get it, even if it didn't have that silvering. Yeah, still solid card. Any Series 1 card in PSA 9, in my opinion, is something great for you. And I think we have something similar here, the Trihorn Dragon. Now this is probably the only grade in the submission where it really kind of burned me. I mean, it didn't burn me. I'm never too upset about getting a PSA 9. That's kind of a, I don't know what to say. It's kind of a spoiled mentality to complain about a PSA 9 on a Series 1 foil, especially something like this guy. I think we're all a little bit spoiled when it comes to more modern TCG cards. We're just like going for the 10, the 10, the 10, you know? Yeah, those lines are on the case, definitely not the card. The centering was fine on the front. It really didn't have the same level of edge silvering like the Magicians did. Yeah, this one I'm really not sure about, but still something I'm happy with. I don't think I'll crack it for resubmission. I think I actually have another one at PSA right now, but it's in a 6-month-long bulk order that's been there since September, I think, probably earlier than that. So yeah, pretty small submission. I think I sent these were regular, not express, but I send all of my orders these days, either the regular or the express, and I splurge on those ridiculous prices that we have right now. I used to do bulk all the time, but now I just send off small batches, usually once in the beginning of the month. So I'll have more to come, definitely. I'll probably get returns on a monthly basis moving forward. And with this kind of like submission schedule for me, I'm definitely not submitting my lower value cards to PSA for, you know, express or regular, because that would be ridiculous. But I'm putting together kind of a larger bulk submission, but I'm not in any hurry to send it off yet, you know. Right now I'm just sending out, like, if it's under like a few $100s in value, then I usually won't waste the fee on it. This card, on the other hand, this is definitely not like $200 card or something. I'm pretty sure I got it for $10, which is pretty sweet. But I just wanted to grade it so bad because I knew it was going to be a 10 that I sent it. Well, this was back when regular was still $50, but now I'm being even more. I'm using more scrutiny before I send things off, just because I don't want to sink $1,000 into, you know, grading cheap cards. But that's just me. I suppose if you want to get into the value of the cards a little bit, we can go over that quickly, just because it's such a short video anyway. This Trihorn, I think its most recent PSA 9 sale on the US market, at least for PWCC, I think it was end of last year, maybe December, maybe November. I think one sold for just short of 1,000, which it's pretty reasonable. You can find raw copies of the Trihorn on Japanese markets like Yahoo Japan or Mercari or something for probably around 600 in this quality. And then, you know, to have it shipped over and send it off for grading, which now costs $100, like I think 1,000 is reasonable. Actually, I just saw today one sold in Japan on Yahoo Japan, I think, mint 9 for, I think it was like 1,300. I think over there grading gets an even higher premium just because it's so much harder for Japanese citizens to get their cards graded. I mean, as hard as it is already for US citizens, you know. Probably similar story for the Magician of Black Chaos here. I think it's sold at the same PWCC on eBay for around $750. Again, that's kind of fair, I guess. I mean, I probably wouldn't pay that, just because I'm stingy. But you can find these for around 300. I wouldn't pay more than 300 for a raw Magician of Black Chaos that isn't 100%, you know, it's perfect. Like, if you know 100% it's going to PSA 10, then yeah, you can probably splurge on it, but I'd be cautious. But still, $750 for a card that goes raw for like 300 is not bad. The 10 prices for these cards, I don't even know. Like, there's not that many of them, I don't think. I mean, the cards themselves aren't particularly rare, but the 10s don't go out too much, you know. I don't think the 10s have extremely low pops either, but they typically stay in collections. Volume 1 Dark Magician PSA 9, I don't know. Maybe like $1,500, $2,000 or something. So I think the 10's gotten a little ridiculous. I think it's like 5,000 or 7,500 or something like that, which is understandable. Really hard to get in 10. All of these cards are just super hard to get in 10. That's the theme of the video, I guess. Probably the theme of the channel, theme of my life. I think that about does it for this quick sub I just showed you. I currently have, let me think. I have one bulk order still in. It just hit the grading stage probably like 2 weeks ago. I think there's about 60 cards in there. More than half are going to be Series 1. I think I have some G4 God cards in there too. A couple English things. Other than that, I think I have 2 Express and 2 regular submissions still there. The first Express I sent it back in, that was my February submission. So that just got out of the grading stage and is at the QA check at the time of this recording. So that'll probably be shipped out tomorrow or this week, and I'll be able to throw up a video on those returns. That one's an even a shorter return. It's 2 cards, but I think it's going to be pretty gnarly. Hopefully. I got my fingers crossed on it. I'm also expecting a couple packages from Yahoo Japan in the coming days, probably the same time frame, and I'll probably show you guys that, as well as put together a submission for April as well. These 3 cards in the submission are pretty relevant. They'll probably set the pace for the next couple of videos I plan on making in regards to going into detail about sets. Like, I'll probably start off with Volume 1 just to set it off right. So I'll talk more about this card in a future video pretty soon, as well as Tokyo Dome. I'm not going to go straight like through the volumes, Volume 1, 2, 3, all that. I'll probably skip around a bit. But Tokyo Dome is something I'm super excited to talk about. For those of you who aren't aware, it's a tournament. There's a lot of cool cards related to it, and some funny stories as well. So look forward to that. So that should pretty much do it for this video. Pretty short and sweet. If you have any questions or interest in the cards I'm showing here, let me know. Always feel free to ask if you want to buy something from me, I guess, even though I don't sell a lot of my OCG stuff. Maybe the Dark Magician, because I have a ton of them, but like these guys, I probably wouldn't sell. Especially if you disagree with anything I said in this video, please let me know, because I'm always open to other opinions, especially in regards to price and stuff. I'm not trying to speculate on anything. I'm just trying to spit some facts about what I see and what I expect to pay for things, and what I think is a good deal and what's not. Not necessarily like buy this card and expect it to go up in value, because I don't really believe in that very much. Or rather, I don't like taking bets on card values or advising other people to do so. It's more so about the collecting for me when it comes to this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely more videos up ahead pretty soon. Probably longer videos. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to leave a comment. I ask you to subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you enjoyed this and would be interested in more videos moving forward. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks. Have a good one.